Hey guys, good afternoon. Thank you for clicking on the video. If you're in the market for some adventure riding gear, I'm going to do a rundown, two-part review or two parts to this review on and off the bike. As you can see, I'm on the bike. We're going to talk a little bit about it, and then we're going to get off the bike, take these off, go top, go bottom, talk a little bit about it. So thanks for clicking on the video. Klim Badlands top and bottom adventure gear. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so Klim Badlands top and bottom. If you take one thing from this video, my personal opinion, good gear isn't cheap and cheap gear isn't good. Now take it from somebody that's wrecked on the track a few times at some very high speeds. I ended up in the ambulance. I woke up in the ambulance one time. I think that was in mid-Ohio. Wrecked a couple other places. Also have wrecked on the street throughout my riding career. Cars pulling out in front of you. When I was beginning, I went off in a ditch one time. So the old all the gear all the time, so I believe in good gear because it has saved me. I've had one helmet that actually saved my life. That was the big wreck I had on the track. That had it not been for that, I'd have been absolutely a goner. So enough preaching. Thank you to Wade Morona for asking the question about the gear in the comment section. So we're going to run it down. I'm sitting on the bike right now. I want to talk about fit and riding position and comfort. I want to talk about some of the venting system and some of the storage system, just some of the things that you would want to talk about while sitting on a motorcycle versus me just running it down off the bike for you. So first thing, let's talk about comfort. Right? Comfort is huge because I want to be able to ride. That's the reason I have this motorcycle. Sit in a very comfortable position. I want my gear to be comfortable as well, and this fits the bill. All right, the top fits really well. It has an internal waistband that velcros together. I'll show you that in a little bit. It kind of keeps the weight of the top from sagging. Okay. The cinch straps, I call them, I'm sure there's a technical or official name for them, keep the armor in place. So especially on the knees here, where on some cheaper suits, it might tend to sort of fall down under your knee. So you can just cinch this down to keep the armor in place around your knee, but it doesn't create a tension point or cut off the blood supply or what have you. So very comfortable. It has hip pads, which I'll show you, butt pads. It has internal chest pads, a very robust back pad, and all that armor is well integrated into this gear so that I can freely move around. So if you want to think about not freely moving around, think about some higher end leathers, which I have set in the closet there, Day and Easy leathers. And so you're kind of like in this sort of semi-tuck position all the time, right? Because it's leathers and you're on a sport bike and you're kind of hunched over. Here, that's not the case. Freedom of maneuver. I can stand, I can sit, I can get off the bike, I can walk around, not a big deal. So it's a great sort of compromise between trying to protect yourself with all the armor and all the applicable gear and the ability to sort of move around all day or sit on a bike all day or get out and go get a hot dog or take the top off and walk around somewhere for an hour with no problems. So comfort factor, definitely 2 thumbs up. The other thing I want to discuss is the venting system, because venting is huge on motorcycles, especially when you're taking long trips. You want to get airflow, and I've had other tops or bottoms that don't vent air very well, and I can tell you that I'm obviously not going to demonstrate it here, but this system or this top and bottom, very well put together, very nice zippers, very easy to access with gloves on. So if I have gloves on, and you can do it while you're riding. Okay, lots of good vents. You can just pull these down, vents air into the arms. All right, you can drop these down on the side here. You can get air vented into your sort of, I guess, midsection. You can pull these leg vents down. That's the pocket, my bad. Pull the legs down. You got vents here to go into your legs. You got vents on the back, which I'll talk about in a little bit. You got vents on the back of the leg. So the last thing you want to do, so up here it doesn't get super hot, but even then it's still nice to flow some air in the summertime. I can think of like the Midwest or the South where I've ridden, where it's like super sticky and it's very uncomfortable. It's nice to be able to have venting systems that are easy to access while you ride and that actually work. So 2 thumbs up on the venting system. All right, so the last, I guess, 2 things I'll mention while on the bike still. Number 1 is the ability to access, say, your wallet, or, I mean, there's lots of storage, right? but you want to be able to, if you don't have a tank bag and you want to see, we all have to get gas, can you access these things very easily without having to get off the bike and all that sort of thing. So you do have pockets up top here which you can use. Just pull it down, go right in, get your wallet. I like to use these, which have the Velcro system and a zipper system. Go in, you can access things, so you don't even have to get off the bike. You can get your gas, boom, use your card, plug it in, nice and easy. There are pockets on the pants. I typically don't like to put things in my pants pockets only because they compress them and it's pressing against my legs, whatever. So 2 thumbs up on the easy access while wearing the kit while on the motorcycle. Lastly, I'll mention, you see it right here, lots of sort of reflective pieces, great for safety, especially if you're off the motorcycle. Let's say it's dusk or dark or whatever, and you got to get off on the side of the road, I don't know, take a piss, whatever, what have you. Really good reflective system. And then of course, for emergencies, I guess we're moving on to emergencies, it does have a nice pocket here with sort of this little star that I unzip and I can get to my ICE card in case of emergency card. I've got my contacts listed, my allergies, I don't have any allergies, my insurance information, whatever. And then of course this pocket right here I like a lot. I have an actual satellite communicator that I keep in here that I can text folks with, that I can send my location, that I can send tracking information. Yes, there are systems on the bike that allow me to do that. But imagine a worst case scenario where I'm thrown from the bike and I'm 150 yards from the bike. That's an extreme distance, but maybe I'm 25 yards from the bike down an embankment. Man, knock on wood, that ever happens, right? But I have something on my body that I can get to, as opposed to, oh, it's in a tank bag on the bike that's up the road a ways, whatever. So all in all, while we're sitting on the bike, while we're going things before we get off into the details, nitty-gritty details, I will say very comfortable, very practical, fits really well, has a lot of cool features, and just overall a superb adventure or any other kind of bike, top and bottom. Great stuff. So overall, 2 thumbs up. All right, guys, we're off the bike here, and I'm going to give you sort of an overview, top and then bottom, because we don't have enough room to stretch all this out. And then, just talk about a couple of the key features that I've found with this kit so far that I'd like to share with you that I like. So just to recap, if I had to boil it down to, let's say, a couple things that were important to me with respect to gear, it's number one, it has to be functional, it has to work. All right, on, off the bike, God forbid, sliding down the road. Number two, it has to be comfortable. Long gone for me are the days of taking trips in leathers. You know how it is. You got some tight leathers on, you're clicking and clacking around, you got a one-piece leather, and you got to use the bathroom, and you're in there. No, I'm past that, right? So maybe if I get back into track days or something, that's a different story. But now I want comfort. I want something I can take off, sit, have lunch, walk around in, put the top back on, whatever. I just want it to work and I want it to be comfortable. So there you go. Price point for these. I didn't mention that. Also, I am going to put all the description down the bottom there. I'm not going to sit here and read off everything to you, but price point for these, plus or minus, I looked on a few sites, the top's around $1,000 and the pants are around $700. So you're looking around $1,700, $1,800 for the whole thing. All right, when we talk overview for this top, as you can see here off the bike, so many pockets and venting systems. So we got the venting systems, we got pocket systems. What I like when we talk about armor is when we look on the inside, as we have more pockets even, this armor is legit. This is not your little soft BS back armor or even the other armor that you get in some cheaper suits. This is good stuff. And there are my dogs barking because they thought that somebody knocked on the door. Another cool feature of this coat is it has a waistband on the inside here. You can see it's routed beneath or underneath the liner. And what this allows you to do is Velcro, well, if I get it right, got one hand here, Velcro this together and pulls it tight, and it takes the weight of the coat, sort of, it kind of captures it around the waist so it doesn't all sag down. You might not think that's a big deal, but it is much more comfortable to ride with this cinched down. And I'm not aware of other coats that have it. Maybe some do. I don't know if you can see that. It is better to ride with this cinched down than not having it cinched down. You do have some chest pads here that still have pockets. So when I ride, I have 2 cell phones. I have one cell phone here. I have one cell phone there that I keep on the inside. But again, some more pockets there. This is the cinch I don't know what the actual terminology is for it, but this cinch down system that allows you to kind of pull the armor in. That allows you to kind of pull the armor in over your elbow to tighten it up, and then just pop it and loosen it up. That way it keeps the elbow armor tight and not loosening down. Again, what I do when I put the coat on, I just run my thumb in there, push the armor back as far as it'll go, and then just cinch it down. If you take a look at the back of the coat here, and I don't have it stretched out, but you got more venting systems on the back, and you even have this large area right here that you can unzip. You can put all your snacks and Skittles and doodads in there. I don't know what you'd put in there. I wouldn't personally put anything in there, but it's nice to have options, right? Options. Another feature of this coat, and we'll get close here, you can see this elastic band and these hooks on either side. Watch this. So warm summer days, you can snap the elastic onto these hooks on the outside of your coat, and it allows you to ride with the collar open like that. Pretty cool feature. Let me get in there. Pretty cool feature. All right, so here we have the pants. I'm going to start from the bottom up. So when I think of pants, I think of how easy is it for me to slip these pant legs over my adventure boots and then cinch down. Turns out with these pants, very easy. So here you can see the legs of the pants are obviously, very wide, and then we have multiple snaps depending on how tight you want them, and a zipper system. So it is very easy to pull these down or take them off when you're done riding. I've had other ones that were not so simple. So kudos to them for making this very nice. As we look at the back of the pants here, and I apologize, I'm not getting close-ups, but we have more venting systems. We have a little bit of leather on the inside here where you typically rub against the bike, and we have a zipper, which most two-piece gear have, but you can zip this to your coat. The Velcro waistband system is very nice, so you don't need a belt. I'm not big on wearing belts, so it just tightens you up. You got to get the right size. So for me, a 36 was the right size, and I just cinched it down to the appropriate setting to make it tighter on my waist. So I'm going to pull these out for you, but you can take a look inside. You got the tailbone, you got the hip armor. This armor is very nice. Obviously taking that out for washing, but check that out. Okay, it says H Type A, Aero Pro L2, D30, hip left. Obviously that's my left hip, but it's really good armor, okay? I'm digging it. A couple more things on the front side here. The knee armor, like I discussed when I was on the bike, has the strap system, which allows you to cinch it down so the armor does not fall below your knees. Some big baggier pants without that system probably will do that. The other thing I wanted to mention was, once again, you have the two zippers, easy to access with gloves. One is for the venting system, where this goes almost all the way around inside your leg, get a lot of airflow, and of course you have the pocket here next to it. I am not a fan of putting things in my pockets, in my pants when I ride. I don't want, as the pants sort of compress, imagine you had your wallet or keys in there and then it's pushing against the leg. I don't want to feel that. So that's why I'm going to probably get a tank bag and I put things in my jacket or whatever. I like to roll the pants or just ride with the pants. Not much going on. So, all right, guys. So there you have it. Sort of a longer, more, I won't say in-depth, but a longer review, initial review of the Klim Badlands gear. Readily available at most motorcycle shops, online at places like Revzilla, whatever. And I at this point, I highly recommend it. I say you probably can't go wrong. It's some gear that'll last you a number of years, and if the unfortunate happens, it'll protect you in that aspect also. And finally, super comfortable, highly recommend. So there you have it. Thank you for watching. Thank you to Wade for asking the question and prompting the video. And guys, take care. Until the next time, talk to you soon.